I only know that I love you.
That's your misfortune.
Throughout the years, movies have faced many new technological innovations that were initially dismissed, and studio executives were reluctant to change until they were simply forced to change due to competition. But now we face potentially the most consequential technological shift in the history of movies. There's really no comparison except for the introduction of sound in movies. We must think, is AI going to ruin the film industry? Is it going to make Hollywood obsolete? Is it going to put the power of Hollywood movie production studios into the hands of everybody? We aren't really going to know the implications of AI filmmaking at scale until it happens. But what we do know is the exact technologies and methods that are going to get us to the point where AI may actually be able to create Hollywood level productions. And with that information, we can try and put a date on when this might happen and how it might look. This is a really good time to make this video, as it's been exactly 1 year since the AI video model Sora was announced, that kind of blew everything up, made AI video into a part of AI that the mainstream is paying attention to. So now we can quickly reflect on how far AI video has come. Most state-of-the-art AI video models can produce about 10 seconds of consistent footage before things start to go crazy. Technically, you could push those models further, but the studios don't even allow you to do that because they can only really produce 10 minutes of consistent output, which is what people need. AI artists have been pushing the limits of these models by combining tools together, and the longest consistent story video that I've ever seen is about 30 minutes, which is incredibly impressive. As for the cost of AI video outputs, costs are ranging from as low as 40 cents to $1 per generation, and again, most generations are about 10 seconds. So that's about 40 cents to $1 per 10 seconds of AI video. Now, assuming you were going to generate 90 minutes of AI video and every single generation was correct on the first go around, the total cost would be on the low end $216 total, to the high end $540 total. And again, this is assuming that there's an AI model out there that could produce 90 minutes of 10-second splits of consistent story video, which, as far as I know, there currently isn't. So what exactly is missing? What elements are needed to get us from where we're at now to AI that can produce 90 minutes of consistent video in one shot if you wanted it to? I'm going to list every single element that's going to take us to the next level, and the combination of these elements at scale is what is really going to bring us to that Hollywood era of AI filmmaking. The first, possibly the most crucial element to understand is spatial intelligence.
Visual spatial intelligence is so fundamental. It's as fundamental as language. We've got these ingredients: compute, deeper understanding of data.
AI video models need to understand the physical and spatial laws of our world so it can accurately recreate it. They need to understand physics, geometry, aerodynamics, all of it. Because we living in this world as humans can accurately represent that easily. AI models cannot, because they don't live in that world. So we need to train them on this, and we do this via something called world models. World models are like hyper-realistic simulations of our world meant to hone in on those important things like physics and geometry. They can be very general purpose, or they can be very focused on a specific thing, like the world of a warehouse when you're trying to train robots. AI video company Runway announced all the way back in 2023, before Sora announcement dropped, that what they call general world models is going to be the main focus point of their research when researching AI video.
That's what we're calling general world models, GWMs, and we believe that they're the next big thing. Similar to
the next big concept is hierarchical and memory-based video generation, or you could just call it scene-by-scene generation. And this is where the model is going to be thinking about the individual elements that comprise a scene rather than just the scene itself. For this type of model, when generating a video, there will be multiple orders of importance. For example, the model will be thinking about each frame, but it'll also be thinking about the general context of the scene, and the scene could be 5 minutes long, but it'll also be thinking about the general context of the full film that is expected to be made. Maybe it's 45 minutes long. So there's a hierarchy of things that the model's thinking about, and it'll go even deeper than that when you add in like camera movements for each scene, extended, like if you're pushing the camera to the right to show what's over there. Basically, each individual element that a filmmaker would think about, we're going to want the model to think about in this hierarchical model architecture. By the way, to make sure this video doesn't get too long, I'm going to provide research for every single individual topic that I'm discussing in this video down below. So if you want to learn more about any individual topic, there will be research papers and educational articles or whatever, so you can learn about it down below. Now the next topic is a no-brainer, but it's still something that current generation models just don't have yet, and that is matching dialogue, adding sounds, adding background music, just generally mixing audio in with the video. All videos that are generated now are currently silent. You have to go and find other AI tools to add voices and noises and music. But this is one of those things that's not too complicated, and I'm assuming that the next generation of AI video models will include some improvements in this area, as in they will simply just generate character sounds off the rip if you would like that, if you check a setting or something. So I'm assuming we'll see that within 1 to 2 years on a high quality scale. Another addition to these models that we'll want in the future is simply post-production should just be taken care of off the rip. Currently right now we have a ton of AI tools coming out which are supposed to help you upscale and do various post-production things on your AI videos. But frankly, the model should just be able to do that directly after it generates its video before it shows it to you. Now for some extra things that are just going to make these AI videos all the better. Pretty obvious stuff here is going to be better looking deepfakes, better AI voices, and just better motion capture and movement. And I say these are obvious because these are all things that are being currently worked on right now and are making massive strides in the research communities. There have been many advancements in AI voice synthesis and AI character emotional realism, and I'll have some of those examples up on the screen right now so you can see how crazy it's getting. Insane, right? And for AI voices, 11 Labs is just getting better, and that's the company that's making a lot of these really good AI voices that you may recognize. Now, as for the scaling laws for AI video, I think it's going to be quite similar to a lot of the stuff we found with LLMs lately. Obviously, you need more compute, and we just need more video training data. We're going to need to scale up the training data in general. Better model architectures like we talked about in the video, and we might even need to give these AI video models more thinking time if we really want to get those high quality outputs. And of course, we're going to need to make smaller models so that people can download local open source AI video models on their computers. Now this is something I've thought about a lot, and let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. But I thought it would be really cool if there's like an AI agent interactive film crew experience. So you would be in the director chair and you would be directing a bunch of AI agents to do various things, work with certain AI tools, you know. One agent would generate the video. Before that, another agent would write a perfect prompt for that agent to generate the video. Then another agent will do the editing of that clip. Another agent may change some of the wardrobes of the characters in the video. And then finally you have agents for post-production and editing and stuff like that. And then you could have agents for tons of other stuff in the film, but basically anything that's going on in a film production, you could have an AI agent doing that with virtual AI tools. I think that'd be really interesting. Something like that would give the creator full creative control over their production, with the agents just acting as order followers. They'll just take your orders and produce the exact film that you're envisioning. With all major areas of importance within the AI video landscape being covered, let's go ahead and take all the evidence presented here and try and determine when and how AI video models will eventually go from being able to produce 10-second wonky looking clips to full-on 90-minute feature films, TV shows, what have you. So right now, I think we're in a stage where these AI video companies, you know, it really just started to show promising signs, maybe late 2023, early 2024. So very new on that, and the investment really started to come in early 2024 to mid 2024. So with that being said, we're really just getting started in a lot of these areas we covered today, like hierarchical video generation, the scaling laws we discussed. All of this is really just having money pumped into it as of very recently. That being said, these labs do move very quickly, and I think by the end of the year, we're going to see definitely prototypes of every single thing that we've discussed today, and we're going to see that all these labs are focusing heavily on it. But do I think we're going to see feature-length films by the end of the year? Likely not, but I think we're going to start seeing them next year at the latest. Within 2026 to 2027, I think we're going to see some true proven hierarchical video generation architectures. We're going to have AI models that are thinking about everything they need to think about when creating a film. That combined with the next generation of GPUs, I think we're going to see that element pretty much figured out. And alongside that, the training data is going to be scaled up. More companies are going to be involved with this. We now have the big 7 companies are very involved in this right now. We have Meta, Google working on this kind of stuff. The scaling is going to be unbelievable within late this year and early 2026. As for spatial intelligence and world models, I think that might take a little bit longer, which is really going to need that final thing that sets this all in stone. And that's just because if the models can accurately represent spatial relationships and 3D environments, it's pretty much game over. I mean, they can pretty much represent anything. Once we have highly capable spatial intelligence training modules and we have highly capable world models that these models are based on, it's pretty much game over. The videos are going to be looking human-like. They're going to be looking like any other film you've seen from Hollywood. I think probably more plausible before films are we going to see episodic TV show like things, because I think it's going to be a lot easier obviously to make 10 to 15 minutes of consistent video. And something we're really going to need is like world states. We're going to need models that can be fine-tuned on one specific story and can just keep pumping out episodes of that or keep pumping out coherent long videos. Say you trained the AI video model to just create the show that you want to create. 5 episodes in, it's going to be perfect at that. It's going to be perfectly fine-tuned at that. It's going to know everything about your show, how you want the characters to be, your writing style, everything. That focus is what is needed to create the high-quality content. So you might have to actually train these video models yourself with what you want to create before you start to see those incredible results, especially in the early days. So that kind of thing I think we're definitely going to be seeing even late this year and next year. Even if it's in an early stage and it doesn't look very nice, we're going to be seeing a lot of that. So with everything discussed, I think a reasonable estimate is that in 2026, very technologically savvy people are going to be able to create full feature-length films. All the model architectures are going to be out there. If you have the money to do it, you're going to be able to spend that. It's probably even going to be cheaper by then. And once they're doing it, the mainstream is going to want to be doing it. So I think we're going to see by the end of 2026, early 2027, we're going to see the first tools that can really do everything that we've discussed today and can create feature films with enough time and money invested into it. And then by late 2027, early 2028, I think it's just going to be taken for granted. Like LLMs are already being taken for granted. I mean, I think the intelligence explosion in that field is going to be huge by then. And I think the models are going to be super cheap to use. So I think you can make a feature film with like $2 by then. It's going to be absolutely insane to see. Obviously, these are a bit conservative of an estimate. You know, a lot of people have said, Elon Musk himself has said that he thinks there's going to be AI movies by the end of the year, latest 2026. So that's an interesting statement. We're going to see how that plays out. But with everything I've seen so far, this is my prediction when I think about it logically. Of course, it could take a lot longer or it could be a lot quicker. We may have AI movies by the summer. Who knows? But I definitely think there's a bit of a delay that people are not realizing because these companies have just started to get investments pumped into them. They're all working on research on different things. Some of them are working on the same things. And each research project is going to take a couple of months. So I think at some point, there's going to be a very quick, short amount of time where just a shit ton of research comes out and like it all becomes clear. All the companies have figured out. They start trying to one-up each other. Because that's what we've seen with LLMs. And I think we're going to see the same thing here. And I think, honestly, that is likely going to happen in super early 2026, maybe even the end of 2025 to mid 2026. I can't see it happening any other time. That just makes sense in the timeline in my brain. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for AI to be making full-length Hollywood movies? Are you gonna make your own movies yourself? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it could ruin the film industry? Do you think it could ruin art? Let me know what you guys think down below. Honestly, I'm not trying to convince you it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just trying to give the information on how close we actually are to this stuff, what is needed to get there, what these research companies are actually focusing on. If you think there's something that I didn't cover that I should have covered in the video, please let me know down below because I'm trying to learn just like you. And yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think. And if you are interested in this kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because I cover AI video game and AI entertainment industry news. I'm very interested in the future of the entertainment industry and the liberation of the entertainment industry where we're going to be able to make our own Hollywood films, our own video games, everything. And I'm focused on following that future, giving you guys the news updates, the research, and discussion videos like this to keep you informed about this world of technology and art. But with no further ado, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.
American?
Guilty.